Welcome back to the Law of Attraction for Writers podcast. I'm Suzanne Lowrance of WriteByTheSea.com and an author and Law of Attraction coach for writers.
And I'm Simon Rose, author of numerous middle grade and young adult novels, as well as many non-fiction books, and also a coach for writers.
Now, in our last episode, we explored visualization as a way to step into your writing goals. Today, we're going to be talking about inspired action. And you probably heard that a lot if you've been around the law of attraction. So what is inspired action? Well, according to the law of attraction, inspired action is action that feels aligned, exciting, or natural. It's not forced. When you're aligned, you might get a sudden idea for a scene or feel an urge to sit down and write even when you hadn't planned to. Acting on those nudges is powerful because it means you're working with the universe, not against it.
Another great tip here, Suzanne. I like the notion of working with the universe and not against it. In my own writing, I frequently felt the need to create a scene or something like a piece of description or a character sketch, even when I hadn't been planning to sit down and write and add to the project I'm currently working on. In fact, the writing might even be for a different project altogether, but it's just something that I need to get written when I feel the need to act on those nudges. Sometimes I've had to send myself an email to remind myself what the idea was to work on it later, or at other times I've made voice recordings on my phone if the idea has been particularly insistent.
Wow. Okay. That sounds great. So here's a practical writing tip for everyone, and that is to keep a writing sparks list. And a sparks list is just a running list of little ideas, sentences, or images that pop into your head. And when you feel nudged to write, pick one of these sparks and expand it. That way, you never waste inspired energy wondering what to write.
More great advice, Suzanne. This is similar to the idea of creating a single story from a list of objects that we mentioned in one of the previous podcasts. I certainly have ideas that are no more than a couple of sentences or an image that I've had in my mind for years that may never come to anything. However, the map of the fantasy universe that appears in my novel, The Sphere of Septimus, was in my imagination for years, and I had no idea what it might lead to until the novel was published in 2014. Similarly, the notion of someone touching a gravestone and being haunted by the ghost of someone that had been his imaginary friend when he was growing up, I had no idea what to do with that until it became my first novel in the Flashback series in 2015. So keep those writing sparks because you never know.
Isn't that the truth? I tell you, you can forget stuff so easily. So just be sure you write it down. So try this. Start a writing sparks list today. Commit to acting on at least one spark this week. Okay, let's see what happens. So that's all for now. Next time, we're going to explore letting go of resistance, because sometimes what blocks us isn't lack of talent, but the energy we're holding on to. That's all for now.
Yep, we'll see you next time.